Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the chapter refrigerants. So, in this refrigerant, first we are going to see the contents are desirable properties of refrigerants. Second, classification of refrigerants. Third, alternative refrigerants. Next, ODP, GWP, TEWI, secondary recovery, refrigerant recovery, refrigerant reclaim, and refrigerant recycle. Also, refrigerant recharge. So, the course learning objectives are to acquaint students with refrigerants, vapor compression refrigeration, and multi-stage vapor compression system. So, objectives are to know about the refrigerant used in the refrigeration system. So, have a fair idea about the ODP, GWP, TEWI. So, to know about the refrigerant recovery, reclaim, recycle, and recharge. So, these are the objectives of refrigerants. Now, we are going to see the refrigerant introduction. Now, the refrigerants is a medium for heat transfer, okay, in the refrigeration system. Keep in the mind, a refrigerant is a medium for heat transfer in a refrigeration system. Pick up heat by evaporation at low temperature and pressure, and to give up heat upon condensing at higher temperature and pressure. So it is the working substance of the refrigeration system. So once again I am repeating, refrigerant is a medium for heat transfer in a refrigeration system to pick up heat by evaporation at low temperature and pressure and give up heat upon condensing a higher temperature and pressure. So it is the working substance of refrigeration system. So refrigerant flows through the refrigeration system during the compression, condensation, and the expansion. So during condensation, refrigerant reject heat to the surrounding medium, while evaporation process, refrigerant absorb latent heat from the space or surrounding to produce cooling effect. So one can select suitable refrigerant if we know the physical properties, thermal properties, and chemical properties. So next point, we are going to discuss desirable properties of refrigerant. So discussing with the desirable properties of refrigerant, first we are going to see the thermodynamic properties. Now refrigerant have non-toxic, non-flammable, but thermodynamically there is no working substance which could called an ideal refrigerant. Different substances seems to satisfy different requirements. A refrigerant which is ideally suitable in particular application may be complete failure in other application. So in general, refrigerant may require to satisfy requirement which may be classified in thermodynamic, chemical, and physical. So the selection of refrigerant for particular application depends on to the essential requirement. So in case of the thermodynamic properties, first we are going to see it has low boiling point. So the boiling temperature of the refrigerant at atmospheric pressure should be low. If boiling temperature of refrigerant is high at atmospheric pressure, the compressor should be operated at vacuum. So the high boiling temperature reduces the capacity and operating cost of the system. So the refrigerants, so if we see the refrigerant R11, it has boiling temperature 23.77. If we are seeing R12, it has boiling temperature -29. So low boiling point of the refrigerant at atmospheric pressure increases the capacity of the system. So next point is the low freezing point. Related with the freezing point, freezing temperature of refrigerant should be well below the operating evaporator temperature. The freezing temperature of most of the refrigerant below -35 degrees Celsius. So this property is taken into the consideration only in low temperature operation. So freezing temperature of water is 0 degrees Celsius. So it can be used only in air conditioning application above 0 degrees Celsius. If we are seeing the example of the some refrigerants and its freezing temperature, R11 has freezing temperature -111. R12 has freezing point temperature -157.5 degrees Celsius freezing temperature. So refrigerant should not freeze under required evaporator temperature. Next point is high critical temperature. Now, related with the high critical temperature, or we are supposed we are going to consider high critical pressure also. So temperature and the pressure for high COP, the critical temperature should be high, so that the condenser temperature line on the pH diagram is far removed from the critical point. We have drawn the pH diagram whenever we are discussing the compressor, we have discussed the pH diagram in case of vapor compression system. So we are finding that the condenser temperature line on the pH diagram is far removed for the critical point. So this ensures reasonable refrigerating effect, which becomes too small if the state of liquid before expansion is near to critical point. So critical pressure should be low as result in low condensing pressure. Critical temperature of the refrigerant is highest temperature at which it can condense to a liquid regardless of the high pressure. So it should be above the highest condensing temperature that might be encountered. So if the critical temperature of the refrigerant is too near the designed condensing temperature, the excessive power consumption results. So except of carbon dioxide, for which the critical temperature is 31 degrees Celsius, for the most of the common refrigerant, critical temperature is much above the normal condensing temperature. So the critical temperature of refrigerant must be higher than the temperature occurring within the condenser for easy condensation of the vapor refrigerant. Next property, high latent heat of vaporization. Now, high latent heat of vaporization, during this, a refrigerant should have high latent heat of vaporization at the evaporator temperature. The highest latent heat results in the refrigerating effect per kg of the refrigerant, which should reduces the mass of the refrigerant to be circulated per ton of the refrigeration. So higher latent heat of the vaporization increases refrigerating effect per kg of refrigerant. So the weight of refrigerant required to be circulated in the system per ton of refrigeration will be low over there. So which reduces the initial cost of the refrigerant used in the system. So low latent heat of refrigerant may increases size, number, and the speed of the system. So this is the high latent heat of the vaporization. So we have discussed the thermodynamic properties of the refrigerant. Now in next part, we are going to discuss the physical properties of the refrigerant. So while discussing the physical properties of the refrigerant, first we are going to discuss the low specific volume of vapor. So in this low specific volume of vapor, that is the uh, first low specific volume of refrigerant vapor at the suction into the compressor is always desirable because it reduces the size of the compressor of the refrigeration capacity. Next, second point is the low specific heat of liquid. So related with the low specific heat of liquid, it helps in increasing the subcooling of the liquid. Next, high specific heat of vapor. In case of the high specific heat of vapor, we are finding that it helps in the decreasing the superheating of vapor. So low specific heat of liquid and high specific heat of vapor increases the refrigerating effect per kg of the refrigerant. So these are the physical properties we have discussed. So next point we are going to discuss is the thermal conductivity. Related with the thermal conductivity, in the thermal conductivity, we are finding that the it has important for designing the evaporators and the condenser, and for finding the high thermal conductivity in the evaporators in the condenser. So thermal conductivity should be high. Next is the viscosity. Viscosity, the refrigerant should have low viscosity for heat transfer and low pumping power. So keep in the mind, related with the viscosity, it should be low, and related with the thermal conductivity, it should be high over there. Next, in next lecture, we are going to discuss the other properties remaining, that is toxicity, flammability, and corrosive. So today we have discussed the points to be covered in the refrigerant. Also, we have discussed the course learning objectives and unit objectives. After that, we have seen what is meant by refrigerant and why we are using these. Next, we have discussed the thermodynamic properties, in that low boiling point, low freezing point, high critical temperature. Next, we have discussed thermodynamic properties, that is high latent heat of vaporization. Next, we have discussed physical properties, low specific volume of vapor, low specific heat of liquid. Next, we have discussed physical properties, high specific heat of vapor, thermal conductivity, and viscosity. So these all about the today's lecture. Thank you.